Hey folks, Jim Hansen reporting for Black 5 TV. Why Jim Hansen? Well, when I tie a tie, I'm no longer Uncle Jimbo. So we're here in Appleton, Wisconsin, waiting for John McCain to address the Allegheny County Republicans at their Lincoln Day dinner fundraiser.
Now, another issue I'd like to bring up with you very quickly is, and you may have seen in the news in the last few days, that the United States House of Representatives decided to go out into recess without passing legislation concerning our ability to surveil the telecommunications and communications that take place amongst Al-Qaeda and our enemies. My friends, that's a hard thing to believe. It's a hard thing to believe. As you know very well, and all of us know, the ability to communicate because of the telecommunications revolution that's taken place in the last 20 years or so has made a lot of the laws obsolete. It used to be, we all know what telephones used to be. Now we know that communications are instantaneous, they're around the world, and there's literally hundreds of ways of communicating and avoiding detection of those communications. We need to be able to track those people who want to do evil things and attack the United States of America. And it's disgraceful that the United States House of Representatives, even though the United States Senate, Democrat and Republican, agreed to reauthorize this legislation, wouldn't do so. I suggest that you call your elected representative and ask them what they're doing on vacation. My friends, I want to tell you that I'm running for President of the United States because I believe we face a transcendent challenge, and that's the threat of radical Islamic extremism. And I think that threat is pervasive. I think it's hydra-headed, and I think that it has many manifestations. And it is the greatest evil probably that this nation has ever faced. I don't know if you remember or not, I'm sure you do, that a couple of weeks ago, Al-Qaeda in Baghdad took two mentally disabled young women, put explosive vests on them, sent them into a marketplace, and then by remote control detonated those explosives. How evil is that? I've stolen a lot of lines from Ronald Reagan. One of them I stole from him that I use all the time. Ronald Reagan used to say, "Congress spends money like a drunken sailor, only I never knew a sailor drunk or sober with the imagination of Congress." That's a pretty cute line. Makes people laugh. I use it so often. About 6 months ago, I received an email from a guy, and I'm not making this up. An email said, "As a former drunken sailor, I resent being compared to members of Congress." At the end of the day, on the front page of the Washington Post, it pointed out that the senator from New York, Senator Clinton, had gotten $342 million worth of earmark projects, and because he was new to the Senate, Senator Obama only got some $92 million in earmark projects. My friends, I proudly stand before you and tell you that in 24 years in the United States Congress, I have never asked for nor received a pork barrel project, and I never will in my state. $3 million as we did a couple of years ago to study the DNA of bears in Montana. I don't know if that was a paternity issue or a criminal issue. I've got an old ink pen that Ronald Reagan gave me, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to veto every earmark bill that comes across my desk. I will make them famous. You will know their names. We will stop. So, my friends, we've got to restore trust and confidence in government. We've got to restore trust and confidence, and one of the things that I know you know needs to be done, and that is we have to secure our borders. I will secure our borders as President of the United States. I will secure those borders first. I will have the border state governors certify that those borders are secure. Then we will move on to the other aspects of the immigration issue. I look you in that and tell you, I know how to get the borders secure. We will get them secure. And I know you will. Tell you about Iraq for just a minute. I'd like to talk to you about it. I know that it's frustrating, and I know we're all sad, and I know America is divided about Iraq. And for nearly 4 years, it was mishandled by Rumsfeld. And I said early on that it was mishandled and it wouldn't work, and I advocated the strategy that is now succeeding, and it is succeeding. But if you forget everything I mentioned to you this evening, please remember this. Al-Qaeda is on the run, but they're not defeated. They're on the run, but they're not defeated. We've had enormous success and enormous sacrifice, but they're not defeated. And the only person I think who should guide us when to withdraw those troops is General David Petraeus, who should have been the Man of the Year for Time Magazine and not Vladimir Putin. It's long and it's hard and it's tough, but I'm very happy to tell you that it is succeeding. And it is succeeding because now we have been able to employ the classic counterinsurgency strategy. It was not invented in this war, my friends. First, you provide an environment of security, then the political, economic, and social process can move forward. And that's exactly what's happening in Iraq. And my friends, first, the Democrats declared, Harry Reid, the majority leader of the Senate last April, declared the war lost. And Senator Clinton, before General Petraeus testified before our committee, said you would have to suspend disbelief in order to believe the surge is working. Well, my friends, to sum it all up, they said the surge wouldn't work, and it worked. Then they said the political process wouldn't work, and it worked. In fact, you know that the Iraqi parliament just passed a provincial elections bill, some amnesty for some of the Sunni, and by the way, they passed a budget. Tom will tell you, we haven't been able to do that in our nation's capital. The Iraqis have done. So they were wrong about the war, about the surge. They were wrong about the political process, and I'm not asking them to apologize for being wrong. I'm just asking them for once, abandon partisan politics, join together, win this conflict, and make the world a safer place.
Hey, we just finished up the Lincoln Day dinner here in Paper Valley Hotel in Appleton, Wisconsin. Senator McCain spoke. Are you a McCain supporter?
Absolutely.
Why?
He's amazing. Listening to him talk, he's the only one with the experience in the military. He's going to keep us strong, keep us protected.
Was he your first choice, or maybe Thompson or Romney?
I actually hadn't completely decided when everybody else dropped out, but I really don't have... The more I know about him, the more I like him.
What about any of the Democrats? Was there Clinton or Obama ever really a possibility for you?
Not as far as president.
What kind of job could you come up with for Senator Clinton?
I could come up with a couple of jobs for Senator Clinton, but we won't go into that right now.
All right. Well, I appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you.